So the first question is, how has Peter Arnell overcome the challenges he has faced as a general manager of Clayton SPA? So first off, in 2009, he was promoted to be the head of Clayton SPA, and just in the beginning of that year, before he even started, the company had a 19.4% drop in sales. So he was already coming into a company that was not doing very well, which he knew to begin with, and that's why he was chosen for the job. So the first day, he wanted to take immediate action, and so he requested that all employees do not take any vacations. And of course, 3 of the managers did not agree. So in individual meetings, he talked to them, they didn't want to stay, and he just dismissed them right away. That was his solution, to just let them go. And immediately he had to find new managers to replace them, so he talked to the HR department and figured out which would be the best internal replacements. So after that, he talked to all the top 10 managers and told them that within 60 days of being there, he wanted to learn about the company from them, and he wanted to devise a strategic plan to try to fix the problem. So the next day, the very next day after he started, there was 4 union officials and a local TV news crew bombarding him, asking if he was planning on closing the plant and having a mass layoff. So his solution was just to tell him right away, no, I have an open mind. I plan on going about this with any direction. And also, he promised to keep them informed, and he would meet with them. So about 2 months later, he did meet with them, and he just wanted to let them know what the company was going through. So he showed them how much money they were losing, and he talked about the current economic situation. This kind of helped them buy more time to prolong the company. So they agreed to cut hours. Next, there was a lot of bills that were due, so Peter went to the bank to renegotiate the credit line, and he brought his financial manager and his he brought a politically connected union rep. And this kind of just helped with the credibility, and it really helped with maybe the bank making their decision to extend the payment dates on large sums. So next, as he's learning a little bit more about the company from his employees, he learned that the product line was struggling, and also he learned that the past head of the department had political relationships, and also he learned that in the past he refused to lay off people. So to kind of bring a solution to that, he to help his senior team develop the plans in making the company a better place, he had a manufacturing conference which dealt with production engineering QC managers, and they got to kind of describe their situation and talk about it with other people from the company. So they got different ideas. And also he did a marketing conference, which they kind of did the same thing. It's just a different sector. The second question is, do you think Arnell demonstrates the necessary leadership characteristics to be a country manager for Clayton SPA? So first of all, he had 7 years in the Royal Marines, and he was ranked captain. So he shows really good discipline in military and also leadership skills at being a captain. It's really good for a manager. Also, he then went to business school in London and then went on to be a management consultant. He's outgoing, a born competitor, and quick with handshake and smile. This just shows that he can be a competitor and outgoing. He drove himself and expected the same from others. So this is really good leadership skills and management skills, just because you need someone that's going to hold others accountable and also work just as hard as everybody else. That really helps show your employees that you care. He also was blunt, and this is really good because you need your leader to be direct. He also spent years in Italy with his maternal grandparents, which taught him a good command of Italian. And this was really good just because he's going into an Italian culture and he needs to be able to interact with not only the consumers but his employees and just the culture there. In the article Leading Change, Why Transformation Efforts Fail, there were 8 steps to transforming your organization. Peter Arnell started with number 1, establishing a sense of urgency. He did that. He went in with immediate action and he told everybody what was going on. Second, forming a powerful gilding coalition. So he also did that. He went in and told them that he didn't want them taking any vacation, and 3 of the employees decided not to do that. So instantly he fired them and then got 3 new internal replacements and got them on board. He then took the top management and discussed with them his 60-day plan. He wanted to learn as much as he could about the history of the company and then also develop a strategic plan. So this goes into 3, creating a vision. He started developing the strategic plan, and 4, communicating the vision. He was meeting with these managers individually to hear what they had to say. And 5, empowering others to act on the vision. He did this by getting rid of obstacles, so he fired those employees right off the bat. So for 6, planning and creating short-term wins, he didn't really do much of that necessarily, but he did renegotiate with the bank and he bought them more time with the credit line. He also talked to the FILM and bought them more time by lowering hours. And then number 7, consolidating improvements and producing still more change. So this is with hiring, promoting, and developing employees who can implement the vision. So he kind of took those employees and listened. So since the article didn't really tell us what the changes were that Peter Arnell was going to make, we didn't really get to do steps 7 and 8. In the article Leading Change by Michael Beer, it talks about dissatisfaction and how it's really important in implementing a change. So one way that Peter does this is he talks to the employees about their concerns and getting their input on the situation. So that is good. But this article also talked about how change, you need new, fresh people. And he kind of just fired those 3 people right off the bat and hired internal people. The only new person at this company is him, and he kind of needs some more new freshness to bring to the company. Another thing that would not be as well is that Peter just kind of wanted to change things right away. Change takes time, and that's really important.